All right, good evening and welcome to the game 2 against the Buckeye High School Panthers and the Kinder Discovery Swamp Owls in game 2 here. Last night the Panthers picked it up 10-0 against the Owls. Tonight on the hill for Kinder will be Netterville. That is their ace. He was catching last night. And on the mound for the Panthers, getting the start, the big time Adam Broadnax. Panthers will be hitting first in the second game, so the Swamp Owls will have home in game 2, and if there's a game 3, it will go back to the Panthers. I'd like to thank our sponsors here on 446 Sports Panther Vision. Always like to thank BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions, all of the BK trio of businesses. Like to thank them for being a headline sponsor here for all sports at Buckeye. Also like to thank Holloway Outdoors and Marine. That's Holloway Outdoors and Marine as their headline sponsor for Buckeye baseball and softball and girls basketball. And also like to thank Robbie Tarver and the Tarver Companies. Anything you need, he's just a hop, skip, jumping away. Robbie Tarver and his Tarver Companies. Like to thank everyone for tuning in. We're about to get the first pitch underway as the Swamp Owls will be the home team today. Also, if you can catch the girls game, it'll be starting at 5. We're going to try to do a 2 broadcast as long as our internet will hold up with it. Got it running, got 2 different cameras going. And Darren will be doing that one, so I'm in the booth by myself here for game 2 on this second round of Division II Select Baseball. And first in the box for the Panthers is going to be the junior left-hander, number 33, Caden Grimmett. Grimmett reached base last night 3 times, looking to go for it here, and the first pitch is underway. And it's going to be a ball upstairs. Second pitch is going to be inside and downstairs, be 2-0 to Grimmett. And Netterville comes back with a strike. Be two balls and a strike on the leadoff Panther. And it's going to be a swing and a miss, even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grimmett's going to look at ball 3. Run the count full on the inside. Leadoff Panther trying to get on base here any way he can. And he drives the ball, hits it hard. It's going to get down. It's going to be a base hit off the bat for the leadoff junior, Caden Grimmett. Thought about going to second on the bobble on the relay. Stays at first, and you have 1 Panther aboard, with the senior who threw a doozy of a game last night, Drew Tyson, stepping in the box for the Panthers. Tyson had a sack bunt, moved the run over to get the first run across. Had a couple singles behind it. Got hit by a pitch. Grimmett with a little lead here at first. Tyson going to look at strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Softball game will start at 5 o'clock. Darren will be in the booth at the softball game. If you have any problems, send one of us a message. We'll try to get it up and running. Going to be a check back to first base. Grimmett's back in plenty of time. Netterville is the ace for the Swamp Owls. Grimmett back in time again. Got him caught leaning a little bit. The agile Grimmett gets back in time. A lot of hit and runs yesterday for the Panthers, putting runners in motion. When we did get the sign, did a good job. And that one's going to be fouled out of play into the cars, and it finally gets one on the year. Gets the old GMC Canyon right in the hood. So that's the first hit car, well hit car of the year here at Panther Park. Be 0-2. Going to check him again at first. Grimmett's back, plenty of time. They did tarp the field last night, so it's dry today, even though we had about 1.5 inches rain last night. Field looks good. Playing a lot drier today than it did, and that's going to be a ball outside and low. Drew Tyson to bring the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grimmett is gone. It's going to be a hit and run. That one's moving, and it's going to be caught right down the line. Good piece of hitting for Tyson to get his bat on it. It was an outside pitch, went with it, just couldn't quite get it to fall. Right fielder made a good play on it to retire Tyson. So it'll be 1 out, runner at first, with the big time Adam Broadnax stepping in the box. Had a stand-up triple last night. Hit the ball on the screws several times, 2 of them right at people. Did have the stand-up triple. And they throw him inside for ball 1. Broadnax, like I said earlier, will be getting the start for the Panthers on the hill. Try to end it in game 2 here without having to go to the rubber game of the 3rd game. And he missed the tag. And no, they're going to call him out. Got him leaning. Grimmett's going to be retired at first base. In the series, that's 2 pickoffs at first for the Swamp Owls. And against a good hitting club like the Panthers, that always helps. There's Broadnax going to chop it into the shortstop. Going to pick it up, and that ball's going to go into the box. And Broadnax will be aboard on the error, and he'll get free pass to second base as it goes into the dugout. Going to have a pinch runner for Broadnax. Fitzback going to come in and run. So with that, the hot hitting Mason Sanders is going to step in the box for the Panthers. Hitting from the left side. Fitzback on second base, pinch running for Broadnax. So have a Panther in scoring position here in the top of the first. And again, we're going to try to call a timeout. The runner is getting why he got second base. Granted, it didn't go into the dugout, but it is on the concrete of the dugout, which is poured to the right where you walk in. So that is considered the dugout if it's on the concrete. So he'll continue to stay at second base. So a runner in scoring position for Mason Sanders. He picked up the first RBI last night for the Panthers in the 2nd inning. Netterbill goes quickly at Sanders, gets a strike called on the outside part of the plate. Going to be a breaking ball, fouled back to the net. Sanders will go down 0-2. Sanders, one of the best hitting 2-strike hitters we have on the club. Very patient at the plate, fouls it off till he gets a pitch he can use. And there it is, a foul down the third base side. Fighting to stay alive, still 0-2. And Sanders will get caught looking. Third strike going down. So Panthers have one hit. Be one error. A leave a runner stranded at second base. And that'll do it for the top of the first inning. And Adam Broadnax will be stepping on the hill for the Panthers. Again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions, the BK Trio of Businesses. Anything you need, Scott can help you out with it at the Trio of Businesses. I'd like to thank him for being a headline sponsor here for all sports at Buckeye. Also like to thank Holloway Outdoors and Marine. That's Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Anything you need hunting or fishing wise, Holloway Outdoors and Marine is your one-stop shop. Have some of the best looking boats in Sinlaw. Go see them, Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Also like to thank Tarver Companies. That's Robbie Tarver and his many companies. Anything you need, Robbie Tarver can find it with his companies. They're just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Like to thank the Buckeye alum, Robbie Tarver, and his sponsorship. Anything without our sponsors cannot be brought to you here on Panther Vision 446 Sports. Looks like the girls are warming up on the softball field now. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, it's going to be 5 o'clock going live there for the girls' game. Darron will be in the booth there by himself. So on the field for the Panthers, going to be Broadnax on the hill. H.A.R. man behind the plate. Justin Hunt, first base. Caden Grimmett at the hot corner. Drew Tyson will move to shortstop. Hayden Boone is going to be playing second base, and the outfielder ran out like left fielder is going to be Ty Curtis. The speedy Cameron Burns in center field, and to round it out, the senior Mason Sanders in right. And here we are, ready to get the bottom half of the first inning underway. This will be Miller stepping in the box for the Swamp Owls. Miller gonna pop up to Hunt. Hunt quickly gets underneath it, and one pitch, one out for Broadnax. And Miller will go down with a fly out or pop out to the first baseman. Stepping into the box now will be Deist. Deist hit the ball well yesterday. And that's going to be a strike down the middle against the left-hander. Broadnax with the overpowering fastball. And quickly comes back with it. And he works ahead in the count to Deist. He's 0-2. Going to be down low for ball one. Be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Broadnax working quick today. Going to be downstairs, same exact pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes to Deist. And that's going to be a fastball, strike 3. And he'll retire Deist. On 5 pitches, 6 pitches, 2 outs for Broadnax.
Keep him off second.
Backs the outfield up with the hot hitting Netterville. It's going to be a fastball on the outside part of the plate. It's going to be strike 1. Broadnax quickly working. Going to be outside. Even to count up 1 ball, 1 strike. Big hack by Netterville. Just couldn't catch up to the fastball. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Broadnax working in the count. Getting ahead in all the counts today so far. With the delivery, it's going to be a foul ball, and that hits the umpire with the foul ball off the chest into the face mask. They're going to check on him. Don't know what the exit velocity is, but at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, foul straight back, it's going to be quick. So that'll still leave the count 1 ball, 2 strikes, as our man is doing the courtesy to the umpire, talking to Broadnax, giving him a little bit of time. And that'll bring Netterville back into the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes with the pitch. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Even the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one's going to be fouled out of play just over the booth. Still leaves it 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gets him out chasing the breaking ball. Going to chop it foul into the dugout down the third base side. Netterville fighting to stay alive. Anything he gets close to the plate, giving himself a chance for the mistake from Broadnax. And that one's going to be fouled straight back. Just a graze off the vehicle, not much of a hit. We only had 1 hit all year. That was earlier. That one just grazes. Netterville still fighting. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gets the all-speed pitch. Netterville checks his swing enough. It doesn't go around. Netterville working back into the count. Be a full count. Expecting anything other than a fastball here. And there it is. He bloops it, and Sanders was played it perfect. And that's going to be the retired 3rd out from the Swamp Owls. So no hits, no errors, no runs. And here come the Panthers in the top half of the 2nd. Getting ready to hit for the Panthers going to be Hunt, Craig, and Curtis. That'll be 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Panthers. Against the Swamp Owls ace in Netterville. Trying to end it in game 2 here. Like I said, the rubber match game will be at immediately following this one. I think it's scheduled for 7 o'clock if need be for game 3. And it's high school baseball. Anything can happen in high school baseball. Defensively for the Swamp Owls, going to be Netterville at the pitcher. Going to be Kay Miller behind the plate. Miller on second base, Deese at first base. Center fielder is going to be the speedy Delahousse. He made several good plays last night. Williams at the shortstop. V. Lawson is the DH for the Swamp Owls. The right fielder is going to be Donato. Cahill is going to be playing third base, and to end it out in left field is going to be Cahill. And first up in the box for the Panthers, digging in, the sophomore Justin Hunt. Going to be ball outside. Swamp Owls was playing deep on the middle part of the infield. Third base is crashed in. Barrels it up well. That's going to be caught by the right fielder. And that'll be Justin Hunt retired. Well hit ball, just got under it a little bit too much. And the right fielder runs it down and catches it. So that'll bring the freshman hitting Zach Craig into the box for the Panthers. Had a good night at the plate last night. We went 2 for 3, I think 3 RBIs. A lot of the middle of the bats here for the Panthers last night produced a lot of runs as they went 10-0 up on the Swamp Owls. Craig gonna look at the first 2 as balls, so it'll be 2-0 to Craig. Gonna foul that one out of play into the softball field, bring the count 2 balls and a strike. Gonna bring the count 3 balls and a strike to Craig. Will the freshman have the green light is the question. Hits a hard ball back to Netterville, and they're going to retire him. Netterville doing his job on the mound, gets his glove down on a hard hit ground ball, gets the out at first. That'll be 2 outs here in the top of the second for the Panthers, with the junior Ty Curtis stepping in the box. Netterville quickly to work. Curtis will go down 0-1. Chop foul into the dugout. Curtis down 0-2. 2 outs here in the top of the second. And he goes upstairs, going to get Curtis to chase it. Curtis will go down, swinging, and that'll do it for the top of the second. Be no runs, no hits, no errors as we go into the bottom of the second. I'd like to thank our sponsors again. That's BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions, all the BK trio of businesses for their sponsorship of all sports here at Buckeye. And when you didn't think if Scott couldn't bring you anything you need, looks like he's going to be making a second opening location there in Pineville. Going to be taking on a new sign shop in Pineville. Be a second location coming up during the summer for all your promotional needs that you need there. Anything you need. Be a new sign production facility and printing equipment to keep us with so many high demands that they have where they're at now, expanding locations. I'd like to thank BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions for the headline sponsorship. So up for the Owls in the bottom of the second inning, going to be the speedy Delahousse up first, Williams and Lawson. So that'll be 4, 5, and 6 with Delahousse digging into the box to face Broadnax. Going to be ball 1 upstairs to Delahousse. Grimmett with a good play at third, comes across for the out, ground ball out. And quickly Broadnax retires Delahousse. So it'll be one out here in the bottom of the second. With the shortstop, Williams digging in for the Swamp Owls. Going to be fouled straight back. Just misses the fastball. Time's up with it just a little bit. Fouls it straight back. Quickly, Broadnax gets out ahead. One strike on Williams. Drew Tyson with the backup, going to throw across. Not going to get him. Good stretch as Williams is speedy. Grimmick gets his glove on it at the hot corner. And Drew Tyson, being the shortstop he is, stops the second base. It definitely would have been a double because Ty Curtis was on the shift. So good job by Drew Tyson playing the backup there. But it'll be one Swamp Owl aboard in Williams. And that'll bring Lawson, the DH, in the box. Quickly, Broadnax will go a strike up on the DH, Lawson. Williams moves a lot on the base path when he's there, trying to mess with the pitcher. And that one's going to be fouled straight back in to the cars. And as you guessed, it did not hit anything but gravel. Quickly, Broadnax up on the DH. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. There'll be a ball upstairs. We're going to count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that'll even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To the DH, Lawson. Possibly get Williams in motion here with the hit and run, as you're going to expect the fastball. And he's in motion on the changeup. No throw. He's going to get the free base path. And Williams will be standing on second base. Runner in scoring position for the DH with a full count. And that's going to be strike 3. Caught looking. And that'll be 2 outs here for the Panthers in the bottom of the second, with Williams standing on second base for the Swamp Owls to try to get the first run of game 2. That'll bring the right fielder, Donato, into the box. Left-handed hitter, Donato, into the box for the Swamp Owls. Going to be fouled. Go down, no balls, 1 strike. And it's going to be a big swing and a miss. Broadnax will work good in the count. No balls, 2 strikes on Donato, the left-handed hitting right fielder. Going to be ball upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's going to be called strike 3. And Broadnax works itself out of the jam. So it'll be 1 hit, 1 stranded, no errors for the Swamp Owls in the bottom of the 2nd. That'll put us through 2 here, all knotted up at 0. As we go into the top of the 3rd. Up for the Panthers in the top of the 3rd. Going to be Boone, Burns, and Grimmett. So it'll be 8-9-1 coming in the box for the Panthers here in the top of the 3rd. Remember those sponsorships. I'd like to thank our sponsors again. That's Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Holloway Outdoors and Marine. I'd like to thank you for being a headline sponsor for ladies basketball, ladies Panthers basketball, ladies Panthers softball, and the Buckeye Panther baseball team. I'd like to thank you for being a headline sponsor. Holloway Outdoors and Marine, anything you need outdoor-wise, whether it be fishing or hunting. Some of the best boats in Sinlaw. Go see them, Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Also like to thank Tarver Companies. Tarver Companies, the many Tarver companies, always just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Anything you need, Robbie Tarver and his many companies can get what you need. I'd like to thank him, Buckeye alum, Robbie Tarver, and the Tarver Companies for being a headline sponsor for girls softball and boys baseball here at Buckeye. Also, the headline sponsor, BK Distributors, BK Apparel, BK Promotions, all the BK Trio businesses. Again, remember, they're opening a 2nd location in the summer for the sign needs that is in Sinlaw. Anything you need, Scott can help you. Expanding in the summer, get with him. He'll tell you where the new store's at. That's BK Apparel and the BK Promotions and BK Distributors. The Boone's going to look at strike 1 here on the first pitch in the top half of the 3rd inning. Netterville working quick into the count. Catcher having a little bit of technical problems with the earpiece. Umpire gets him going. And Boone's going to get that one down. That one's going to be fouled out of play. So no balls, 2 strikes on the senior 2nd baseman, Hayden Boone. And that's going to be a tip. Catcher maintains possession, and he'll go down swinging for the first out of the top of the 3rd. And that'll bring the speedy sophomore center fielder up. Cameron Burns had a pretty good night at the plate last night in game 1. And quickly comes aboard, hits the ball to the 2nd baseman, and he'll be retired on the first pitch. And Netterville retires 2 Panthers on 3 pitches. Or 5 pitches. 2 outs, 5 pitches here with the leadoff. Caden Grimmett coming to the plate. Grimmett with the base hit in the first. Was, however, picked off at first base. And as quickly he'll work the count, 2 balls. Or a ball and no strikes. No, 2 balls, no strikes. And he'll look at one upstairs. It's 3 balls, no strikes. And that'll be ball outside. Grimmett will get the free base pass, so that puts him on the last 2 at bats, and that's what the leadoff's supposed to do, is get on base. And here comes the hot-hitting Drew Tyson, the senior. Playing shortstop today. So it'll be 2 outs, runner on first for the Panthers here in the top of the 3rd, with the senior Drew Tyson stepping into the box. Quickly, Netterville's upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. And the Swamp Owls will call a timeout, talk it over with the pitcher. Another thing you don't see here at Panther Park today, one of the first since we've been covering it for the last 3 months, the wind is blowing out. So if there's ever going to be one hit out in the live coverage, today is the day, as the wind is blowing about 10 to 12 out, dead center field. Most of the time during Panther baseball, get that south wind blowing about 20 to 25 straight in. With the park being so big here at Buckeye, you need the wind to hit it out here at center field. And it's blowing between 7 and 12. Comes and goes. And the Swamp Owls talk it over. And we're about to resume play here with Tyson getting his signs from Coach Morgan. Grimmett off to a little of a lead. Netterville toes the rubber. Got him. Not sure how that's not a balk. Not sure how it's not a balk. We did not get the call, as he's bending his front leg before he throws without stepping off. And we're hitting running, and that's going to go up the middle. Grimmett's going to go for 3. Holds him, and good piece of base running by Grimmett as the center fielder misjudges the ball. Couldn't barehand it. Delahousse, the sure glove Delahousse, it's a little slick in the outfield. Overruns it just a little bit, and Grimmett will pick up 3rd base on it, with the big-time Broadnax stepping into the box. So you got runners at the corners, 2 outs here for a chance for Adam Broadnax to help himself out from the hill in the batter's box. Tyson is speedy as well. And that's going to hit Broadnax. And that'll load them full for the Panthers. And fits back a run for Broadnax. As he got hit in the point of the shoulder, it was the glove hand. So the bases full of Panthers here with 2 outs, with Mason Sanders in the box with a check swing. And he'll go down 0-1. One of those timely hits that Sanders has been proven all year. It needs to come now as the Panthers can get on the board here in the top of the 3rd. And that ball's hit, and it's going to be retired. So Netterville pitches himself out of the jam Be one hit, no errors. 3 Panthers left on the bases. And those are the things you hate to see if you're the Panthers with the bases loaded. Not being able to manufacture a run. And Broadnax will toe the rubber again for the Panthers here in the bottom of the third. The due up for the Swamp Owls. Will be K. Miller, Keel, and Keel, I believe. So we got K. Miller stepping in the box for the Swamp Owls to be the first hitter here in the bottom of the third. So K. Miller, he's the catcher for the Swamp Owls today, stepping in, and he's going to look at strike one from Broadnax. Broadnax wasting no time with the fastball, and that one's going to be outside. Even the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be ball downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. And that's quickly going to be another fastball to even it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. To the catcher, K. Miller, for the Swamp Owls. And just not getting that low in the zone strike there. Going to even it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he's out in front of that fastball. He's going to drive it foul. And out of play. Still runs the count full. And that one's going to be fouled out of play as well. Owls looking to get their first runner of the inning aboard. And they will with the outside pitch. That'll give him a free base path. So the leadoff for the Swamp Owls, the catcher, K. Miller, will be aboard at first base. And here comes the courtesy runner. And he's going to be attempted. And he tags him. Drew Tyson makes a good attempt at catching the ball and stretches out behind him and tags the courtesy runner for the Swamp Owls. Good throw by Armand to get it there on the off speed off the base. Drew Tyson saves him with the spectacular play. The good dig by Armand to even get it there. And that'll even the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the third baseman, L. Cannell. And Cannell behind on the fastball. Go down 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he's going to get hit on the wrist. So that'll be the first 2 outs of the inning. Going to be aboard. However, 1 was thrown out.
Straight up, Mason. Straight up. Show your guys.
And this will bring Miller, the leadoff, back into the box for the Panthers. And it's going to be a ball upstairs. Miller showing bunt. Base runner hopping on the bases. And it's going to be hit and run. Justin Hunt makes a good play, gets the out at second, turning it, and he's going to be safe at first. Broadnax does a good job getting over there. Hunt did a good job getting the force out at second. So on the fielder's choice, Miller a reach. There'll be 2 outs for the Panthers here in the bottom of the third. On the fielder's choice. And here comes Dietz in to the box for the Swamp Owls, the left-hand hitter, first baseman. And again, a lot of jumping at first base here with these runners, trying to get in the head of the pitchers. And that'll be ball 1 outside and upstairs. And there's the breaking ball from Broadnax. Gets Deese reaching. Even the count on 1 ball, 1 strike. And he's going to have him picked off, got him in the pickle. And Hunt throws it into left field. So that'll be charged as a throwing error on Hunt. As they had him in the pickle, he took off running to second. And it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike with an owl standing at second base with the number 2 hole Deese in the box. And that ball's going to be outside. 2 balls and a strike. A big swing from Deese there. Misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Broadnax gonna strike him out. And that'll be the end of the third. Still all knotted up here, zeros. As we go into the top of the fourth, about 15 minutes away from the softball game starting. Over there as the Lady Panthers taking on the Ranger LaRange. In the quarterfinals, I believe is what that is. Due up for the Panthers in the top of the fourth. Going to be Hunt, Craig, Curtis. Be 5, 6, 7 up due for the Panthers. Netterville still on the hill for the Swamp Owls. As we go into the top of the fourth here, still knotted up zeros. And that'll bring the sophomore, left-handed number 10, Justin Hunt, into the box for the Panthers. Hunt reaching on the first one, tips it down into the ground. Be a foul ball, go down to the count. Oh ball, no balls, 1 strike. And that ball will be outside, even to count up 1 ball, 1 strike. And the backdoor breaking ball doesn't find the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Good piece of hitting there by Hunt. Drives it in to right field. And the leadoff Panther will be aboard on the single from the sure-gloved first baseman, Justin Hunt. That'll bring the freshman up to the plate, the left-handed hitting Craig. And that ball's going to be upstairs to Craig. Look at it. 1 ball, no strikes. Quick check over here to first, and he's back in time. He was about as far as he could get off the bag without getting picked. And that's going to be on the hit and run. On the hit and run, the first 2 Panthers are aboard. And that's going to be doubled up just like that. Hunt running to third on the pop-up. bunt from Curtis. Catches it, doesn't go back, and just like that, there's a runner on first, 2 outs for the Panthers. With the senior Hayden Boone stepping in the box. Craig was picked off last night with the move from the Owls. And there's the throw over to the first. Not in time. Craig gets back. Craig's gone. Boone's hitting. And it's going to get through. Hit and run. Craig's going to third. And he'll stand up at third. Boone's going to take off to second. And just like that, we go from a 2-out swing there to runners on second and third with 2 outs with the speedy center fielder Cameron Burns coming into the box. And Burns is going to make them pay for it. That's going to score 2 Panthers. Burns can fly. He's going for 2. And he'll have a stand-up double from Cameron Burns, the sophomore, the speedy center fielder. Drives in 2 runs here for the Panthers in the top of the 4th. Good piece of hitting there for Cameron Burns. He's staying hot last night with a couple hits. Tonight, or today, one of the biggest hits of the game so far, as that'll put the Panthers up 2-0 with the leadoff, Caden Grimmett stepping in the box. And that ball's going to be upstairs for ball 1 on Grimmett. Grimmett's reached both times today in the game. And the all-speed pitch is going to find the corner. Even the count on 1 ball, 1 strike. And Nenderville will step off. Swing and a miss from Grimmett. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner standing on second base. If Grimmett can get it out of the infield, I see no problem with Burns scoring. That's going to go upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there it is. The shortstop was there covering the bag. Grimmett screws it up, hits the ball hard right to the shortstop, playing behind second. But not before the Panthers can push 2 across here in the top of the 4th. All right, technical difficulties. If we're back up and running, score now 9-1. Going to have a pitching change as the Panthers bats got hot. Don't know where you picked it up. I got to get everything back up. For all those that were sending a message to the people that said it was down, send a message now and tell them that you can see it so I can know. Broadneck in the box for the Panthers now. Has been hit both times up. And number 3 is going to be upstairs. And a big swing by Broadneck there. Like I said, if you're there, send me a message that you can see it, or whoever you were talking to, let us know that it was going. I do have it up, back and running. Gonna try to get everything updated now. In the technical difficulties, while it was going on, score gonna go 9-1 as the Panthers put on a hidden performance on Netterville there. And the pitching change now for the Swamp Owls. Number 14, don't have his name on the mound, with Drew Tyson standing on second base. And Adam Broadneck's going to continue to hit the ball, and that's going to be a base hit, and Drew Tyson's going to score. That's going to bring it 10 as Broadneck is leveling out a double, and he's going to be safe in the double. So just like that, the Panthers are going to go up 10-1 on the Panthers. Panthers going up 10-1. Going to be a pinch runner here for Broadneck as it fits back, coming back to run on second base. Mason Sanders in the box with the pop-up bunt last time up to the plate. It's going to be 2 outs. And the Panthers can end the ball game if they score the 11 and hold the Swamp Owls to 3 outs. They can end it with the run rule, but first you have to get the 11. All right, so it does sound like I'm up and running on the feed. Like I said, had a crash of the software and the internet here at Buckeye, had a power surge. And we're running here, and Sanders is going to look at strike 1, even to count up 1 ball, 1 strike to Sanders. Hopefully the feed stayed up where you could hear it, or at least watch it. But regardless, it's up and running now. It's going to be top of the 5th, 10-1. The Panthers have put on a hitting clinic here in the top half of the 5th inning. And Sanders are going to fly out to the third baseman, and that's going to retire it. here in the top of the fifth. So that's going to be several hits for the Panthers. Several runs, even though you couldn't see it due to the crash. But we're back up and running now. If you're looking at it, it's going to be 10-1 Panthers. Got one that's back on with sound. So again, score going to be 10-1 Panthers here in the top of the fifth. Broadnax with the last hit, you seen those double, stand-up double, RBI stand-up double to bring it to 10-1. And we'll be going into the bottom of the fifth. And the Panthers bats finally come alive here off Netterville, being patient all day at the plate, waiting to get pitches they could hit. So still on the hill for the Panthers going to be Broadnax. One thing about it, I took everything down out of this booth to go change it. And I could really use the shade I was having cast by the umbrella that I brought. However, looks like Dietz is in the box for the Swamp Owl. He's going to look at strike one. Definitely not Dietz, though. That's going to be Donato, the left-hander. And he swings at strike two. It's going to be two strikes. Quickly, Broadnax working 0-2. And that's going to be three straight strikes from the senior Broadnax. And that'll be one down here in the bottom of the fifth. And Curtis retires him. A hard hit there by Kay Miller, the catcher. Ty Curtis right there to retire him out. And that'll be two outs here in the bottom of the fifth for the Panthers. And that's going to be foul into the first base dugout, back onto the mound. As Knill, the third baseman, is down in the count 0-1. And there's a ground ball. Hayden Boone with the scoop up, misses it, throws it into the dugout. No, it hits the wall. And it's going to be an error on Boone. Couldn't quite. Ball took a bad hop on him. But in the scorebook, it'll go down an error because score people think you should catch everything. I, on the other hand, think that if you get a glove on it, it should not count against you. And that's going to be ball upstairs to the leadoff, Miller. And that one's going to be flied up to Boone. Boone calls it. He's camped out under it. And that's going to retire the side. 3 outs. So there'll be no hits, 1 error. 1 left on for the Swamp Owls. And we're headed in to the top of the 6th inning. Be a fine time to thank our sponsors. BK Distributors, BK Promotions, BK Apparel, all the BK trio of businesses. I'd like to thank you for being a headline sponsor for all sports here at Buckeye. Remember, they're opening a second location over the summer. Get with Scott for all your sign needs, high demand of sign needs here in Cenlaw, opening a second location. Get with him. He'll let you know when and where. Also like to thank Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Anything you need outdoor or hunting, fishing, Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Best boats in Cenlaw. Go see them, Holloway Outdoors and Marine. Like to thank them for being a headline sponsor. Also like to thank Robbie Tarver and the Tarver Companies. That's Robbie Tarver and the Tarver Companies. He's just a hop, skip, a jump away. Anything you need, call Robbie Tarver and the Tarver Companies. Like to thank him for being a headline sponsor as well. So after the technical difficulties, we're back up and running. Have confirmed that we do have sound, do have video back up somehow. But while we were down, the Panthers put on a hitting clinic. As when we went down, it was 3-1. Had started getting a few base hits there. Started with 4, 5, and 6, getting those base hits after we could not manufacture the runs to third. We just started chipping into that lead. Scored 7 runs on 2 outs. Had 2 errors from the field, from the Swamp Owls, and the Panthers made them pay for it with their bats as the bats come out singing loud. Had the pitching change for the Swamp Owls. And now we're going to start in the top of the 6th inning. And it's going to be the left-handed sophomore first baseman, Justin Hunt, standing in the box first here in the top of the 6th for the Panthers. Hunt has 2 hits on the day. Craig behind him has 2 hits, 2 or 3 hits. Both of them have 2 or 3 hits on the day. And behind them, Ty Curtis, as you've seen, I don't know if it was up and running in time. Ty Curtis had a big-time hit, a last at bat as well. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Panthers here. Justin Hunt's in the box now with a 1-0 count. I do not have the name of the pitcher that is pitching today on that list. I will look on the other list that I have from yesterday to see if I can get his name. And it's going to be Scheck in relief for the Swamp Owls. So that's Scheck on the hill now in relief for the Swamp Owls, trying to throttle back the offensive bats of the Panthers as they scored 8 runs in the top of the 5th. So that's going to bring the count 3 balls, no strikes on Hunt. And Hunt's going to look at strike on the outside part of the plate to bring the count 3 balls and a strike. And that one's going to be upstairs. Hunt will get the free base pass as he trots down to first base. And that'll bring the left-handed DH freshman Zach Craig to the plate for the Panthers. Fitz back in to run for the Panthers. And Fitzback is gone. It's going to be a strike. Fitzback there, plenty of time. Tries to go to third. He's going to stay at second. And that'll be a strike on Craig. So it'll be 0-1 to Craig. with a runner in scoring position here in the top half of the 6th inning. No outs. And that ball's going to be in the dirt, and Fitzpatrick will be standing on third. So the Panthers with the 10 ahead run 90 feet away. And the infield comes in to try to keep the 10-run rule without getting to the scoreboard. Craig fouls that one out of play. He'll quickly go down 0-2 in the count. Scoreboard says 1-1. I have 0-2. And that ball's going to be downstairs. Can't see the umpires, they're in the shadows. Looks like he said 2-2 though. And Craig barrels one up. That's going to burn the left fielder. And Craig's going to have a stand-up double for himself. And just like that, the Panthers push across the 10 run. But in game 2, the Owls will have the last bat. But now all you're looking for is 3 outs if you're the Panthers, as that important 10th run was put on the board to keep a 3-out baseball happening here. And high-hitting Ty Curtis into the box now with Craig standing on second. And the all-speed pitch to Curtis in there for a strike. And Curtis throws behind him, squinches in, and even the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. And coming from the peanut gallery, I do hear some calls from like they're throwing at him, not sure. And the slider will be 1 ball, 2 strikes to Curtis. A little bit of activity in the bullpen for the Swamp Owls, and Curtis gets enough of it to stay in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He fouls that one back.